I spent more of that listening to you than actually playing. Just so you all know. Anyways, welcome to the stream. My name is Ayla Tesler-Mabe.
I am Kent Shores.
He sure is. The computer shut off, but I'm here to tell you that you're watching the Guitar Riff, which is an awesome show. Woo! That's what you said, right?
Woo. Everybody needs a woo person.
Woo.
Yeah, woos. Woos all around.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. It makes me feel very affirmed in what we're doing. And what are we doing today? Well, we're talking about different guitar body styles.
There's so many.
There are so many. And before we get there, though, do want to talk a second about a very cool thing you're going to see on this stream. You're actually going to be the first people to see this. You're getting
the very first. I know, it's exciting.
I mean, we've seen it, but
yeah, it's not the first time we've both seen it because it's right there.
So I guess
and
technically
it's right there.
You're not the first people, but you're the first. This is the first public viewing.
Oh, there we go. Daniel's on it.
Guitareo
Survival Kit. It's going to be a sneak peek for the Guitareo Black Friday sale.
Yeah.
So this kit involves a ton of cool stuff. Actually, we should just open it.
We absolutely should. And I'm just trying to figure out how to get my computer to stop turning off. But
oh no.
That's
problematic.
It's problematic, but in the meantime, I'll pass this to you.
Perfect.
And what's very exciting about this is, again, it's going to be on sale starting tomorrow for Black Friday.
For Black Friday. So those of you who are watching on YouTube and want to come over to Guitareo, you will get this lovely thing. I'm going to open it in a second. I'm just going to make the suspense insane right now. And
insane suspense.
Our lovely members, we haven't forgot about you too. It will be available for you guys as well. I can't remember the price point on it now. It's in my notes. It is.
We'll
send an email.
I'll tell you that.
We'll send an email. It's coming. So stay tuned for that. Let's open this thing up. I'm so excited. I love this thing. Ooh,
The box is fantastic.
Whoa,
Ooh,
let's get this all in the
nice.
shot. I love all this stuff. The Guitarist Survival Kit.
Yeah.
Ooh. We should have had soundtracks for this. It contains.
No, you're providing the soundtrack.
That's right. Okay. We've got the survival guide, wonderful book, tuner from Guitareo, some strings, picks, string winder, polishing cloth, all this good stuff, all packaged. And with this little doodad here, you can access a bunch of videos to tell you how to use all the stuff in here. And it's gonna be available starting tomorrow. We have a little early Black Friday. We're just giving it away early.
Yeah.
You know, we're just saying, you know what? We want to get this into guitar players' hands. So
we just want to help you survive.
Why wait till Friday when you can do it on Thursday?
Oh,
right?
That's such a good quote. I feel like that applies to so many things in life. Why
so if you're excited about this, or maybe you're considering picking this up, let us know in the chat. I think it's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, and another pretty exciting thing for the Guitareo members, that is going to be the prize that one of you will receive today.
Yes, we will ship it off to you. So somebody's gonna get it a day earlier. On a Wednesday, somebody's gonna win this thing. It's awesome. So yeah, the lovely folks at Guitareo and helped us out with some of the awesome stuff in here. The tuner is killer. It's the Nexus 360 tuner.
Yeah.
Love that tuner.
It's rechargeable.
It is rechargeable. It swivels around, and it's easily my favorite tuner. I don't know why I don't have it. I have other Guitareo tuners on my guitar. I should replace all of them actually with the Nexus one, because it's pretty sweet. And polishing cloth's great. Some strings. It's just everything every guitar player needs. Just the bare bones. Like if you're a guitar player, you need extra strings because their strings break. You're gonna have to change them.
They don't last forever.
They do not, despite some people's best efforts. They do not last forever.
I mean, I still haven't changed the strings on this guitar since I got it.
Since the 60s.
Since
crazy.
the 60s. No one's changed the strings on this guitar, ever. Isn't that crazy?
So our lovely YouTube folks, tomorrow, midnight, probably our time, that'll site will go live, I think. I'm looking off camera, I'm not looking to nobody. Tomorrow midnight-ish. Tomorrow, take a look for it.
Where did that voice come from?
Yeah, who's talking to me? I think it's gonna be a great offer. It's gonna be included with the membership. So if you sign up for Guitareo membership, you're gonna get that. Our lovely members, this will be available to you as well at a great price. You're gonna love it. It's such a great kit. I'm so stoked for it.
Yeah, me too. And quick question. There was a QR code that we saw in there when we opened it. What does that QR code do, Ken?
The QR code, you just take your phone, smash that QR code on your phone, and then And then it opens, don't break your phones on the box, please. It'll open up a set of lessons to show you exactly how to use every single thing in that box. I show you how to change the strings on your guitar using everything that's in this kit, how to use that guitar book, how we suggest you go through it, and how to, using the polishing cloth, using the tuner. It's all super useful. You're gonna love it. So
Incredible.
That's coming, sneak peek, because you hung out with us today, you got to know a little earlier than everybody else. And somebody's gonna go away with that, but you have to stick around to the end of the stream.
So true.
Is our computer working now?
No.
We're just like lost in...
Looking through all the settings and I can't find what I'm looking for. That's a tragedy.
It's okay. Well,
it looks like I'm like gaming while you're talking.
Yeah, that's
about this. So I'm actually like literally playing a game right now.
What is that?
Penguin Diner?
Ayla's just playing Penguin Diner. It's nonstop.
That's
Penguin
my
Diner.
favorite. I beat it yesterday. I don't know what to do anymore.
It's
my
crazy.
life is devoid of meaning now.
If anybody has Flash game recommendations for Ayla, feel free to throw it in.
Nothing will ever replace Penguin Diner, I'll tell you that. I was the best penguin restaurant owner in all of this nondescript penguin land.
Do your Penguin Diner have live music?
No.
No.
We just had a big TV. But yeah, I served lots of great things like ice cream and brown drink and brown soup and lemonade and fish with pellets. That was a very popular one amongst my penguin restaurant goers. Patrons, that's the word I was looking for. Anyways, let's talk about guitars and guitar bodies.
Oh, is that why we're here? Right.
Yes,
Oh.
yes, actually. I also thought this was the Penguin Diner stream.
That's sorry, that's later. That's in an hour.
Yeah, that's a secret stream. You might be invited if you behave. So, this stream is all about guitar bodies. Today we're starting the stream by holding these beautiful vintage hollow body guitars.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's talk about what that even means.
Yes, let's do that. So guitars originally we're all acoustic. So today we're just talking electrics. We're not worrying about acoustics. That's like a whole nother day. There's so many acoustic style bodies that it would be info overload for one episode. So in the electric guitar world, you basically have three categories. I know some things like kind of like cross the line and there's some like one-off, but we're just gonna go three big categories. There's hollow body guitars, which means like the ones Ayla and I are playing right now, fully hollow. There's nothing in there.
Just like up here.
Yeah, I was about to make that joke too. Just like my brain, nothing in there, nothing in here. And then there's semi-hollow bodies, which we'll pull out earlier, which generally they have some sort of wood coming through. Well, I can talk through really quick why they did that. But basically, like there would be a hunk of wood down the main street of the guitar. So to help with feedback. And then there's solid body guitars, which is just a hunk of wood. Sometimes they're carved out and a little bit like chambering and stuff, but we're just gonna consider all of that solid body guitars.
So guitars are really just a hunk of wood with strings on it.
Yeah, that's what Jeff Beck said when I saw him live. He's just it's just a hunk of wood with strings on it.
Well, if he said it, must be true.
It's true. Jeff Beck speaks no lies. That's a fact. So
I'm sure he's never lied before.
No. Definitely not with his guitar playing. So,
well, true.
Yeah. So originally, when we started seeing this style of guitar, which was like, I don't know, 30s, 40s, actually even earlier.
Is from.
Yeah, this is from 46 for anybody-ish. Serial numbers, it's a little questionable. Maybe it's a knockoff. I don't know.
Yeah,
but,
it's from 2012.
Yeah, it's like early 2000s, real vintage. No, apparently from the 40s. So, but yeah, even in the early 20s and stuff, you might see some like guitars like this, which is kind of like mocked off like a cello, right? They kind of did the F holes. It looks like a cello violin kind of thing. Similar body, right? That same thing going on. And they're huge. Like this thing is like 18 inches from here to here. It's a monster instrument. And the whole point was to be loud and be able to project. And it was a little different from the acoustic guitars. So like with the oval hole in the middle. This is a little different.
And I feel like it's important to mention musically what was happening at the time, which influenced why people started moving to guitars that could project more. And I think jazz was kind of the style of music that really propelled.
So hip at the time, man.
Oh yes, you had to use the word hip
so
in there.
Jive.
Oh my, this is a real jazz man right here. But yeah, as big band became the popular style of music, I guess starting in the 20s, I feel like that's when things really began to take off in a lot of parts of the world. Yeah, the guitar mainly at that time was a rhythm instrument. Yeah, the Freddie Green style comping. And yeah, it needed to be able to compete with the other instruments in the band. And I'd say things got a little crazier in the 40s when it started being used as a lead instrument. I mean, I associate, like, someone mentioned Django Reinhardt in the chat. Of course, he's extremely influential. I think of Charlie Christian when it comes to jazz players who started actually playing guitar as a lead instrument and improvising with it and not just playing it, rhythmically. And yeah.
Yeah, and then we needed to get louder. Yes, we as a guitar, all of you and us, we needed to get louder.
A guitar entity.
And there's a problem with acoustic guitars, like these big hollow bodies with nothing in them, where if you put a lot of distortion, you're gonna get some feedback.
Absolutely.
Maybe, let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's put some feedback on.
Might, since we're a little...
Might not work.
Oh yeah, the speaker's a little too far away. If we're close, it'll start feeding back.
Yeah, I've had that experience. When I first got this guitar, I was sitting in my basement, I cranked up the overdrive, and I mean, I was sitting right in front of my amp. It was like...
It was like Back to the Future, I'm sure.
Feedback
like when
city.
he flies from the amp.
It literally sent me back to the future. It blew a hole in the space-time continuum. It was like this endless feedback loop.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that where all the Mandela effects come from? It's from that single moment?
I might have started that.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm
Crazy.
the reason everyone doesn't remember if it's Berenstain Bears or Berenstain Bears. I started that. You're welcome for adding a little something interesting in your lives. Anyways, let's talk about, feedback.
Yeah, feedback is a major concern with these style of guitars. And
what did they do to address that, Kent?
Well, they initially, a guy named Les Paul, because he was a real dude, was like, oh, what if it was just a hunk of wood? And was like, and I think he designed his own. I always get this part a little fuzzy because sometimes I read different things online, but he was like, let's just do I'll pull that out later. I'm too many guitars. Let's make a solid hunk of wood. And then he went to this well-known guitar manufacturer, and they were like, no, who would buy that? That's so
the worst
stupid.
idea.
Yeah.
That'll go nowhere.
So off Les Paul went, and then a few months, years later, the timeline's a little fuzzy in my brain, a dude in California named Leo Fender was like, oh, lap steels are kind of cool. Could we do that in a guitar? And then boom, we had the Esquire. I get the names mixed up. Nocaster, Esquire, it wasn't a Telecaster yet, but it was kind of that. And then there was no such thing as a truss rod yet, so the necks were like all the time because there's too much tension. Anyway,
and just so you guys know, truss rod is something that's in the neck of the guitar, and it kind of
holds it solid.
Solid, yeah. And truss rods can sometimes bend out of shape, and that's where you can end up with intonation issues and whatnot. But yeah, basically what you're saying is they had no truss rods in these guitars.
The original ones.
That's why they were like...
It's problematic if your guitar wouldn't hold up to the string tension, but
I suppose so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then Les Paul, Gibson had to compete with Fender, of course. They were like, "What's this new thing? We got to do it. Hey, that Les Paul guy's got a good idea. Let's do that, and let's call it a Les Paul." Which is why a few streams ago I said every Les Paul is a signature model guitar.
Oh.
That's a hot take, but yeah, they had the
layers.
So the Les Paul was kind of the first, Gibson's first solid body guitar. Can't remember what it exactly looked like. They've gone through so many iterations. I don't remember what the first one. But yeah, and then some people wanted some halfway points. So then we got the semi-hollows 335s and casinos are fully hollow actually.
Yeah, true.
Gretches started doing semi-hollow stuff, and anyway, so you started getting 3 different styles. Basically, semi-hollows were addressed to get the best of both worlds because a solid piece of wood doesn't sound quite like this, which we're going to find out today because we should just 100% go back and forth.
Sorry, I just heard you say piece of wood. I think you meant to say hunk of wood.
Hunk of wood, big old hunky piece of wood. So
whoa, that's a good interesting turn. Moving on.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat said Broadcaster was the first solid body Fender, I believe. That sounds right.
That sounds right to me. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Broadcaster. All those names escape me because there was a lot at the beginning, no casters,
well, that's
Broadcasters.
Good. Let them escape.
They're gone.
If they want to go, let them go.
That's true. I'm not hanging on.
Autonomy. And not imposing your will on others.
Definitely not guitars. So.
No, I don't know why I said that there's subtext, I was using that as an analogy for something else.
I'm waiting for you to deliver on that.
I'm not gonna do it. But what I am gonna say, in an anecdotal sense, why did I say it like that? I don't even have the excuse of a migraine this time. I'm just letting the real me come through, and it's weird, and I'm sorry, guys. But whatever. Life's too short to not just be yourself. What I was trying to say is...
The whole point, if you got a hunky block of wood and you want to play it, just be yourself.
I had something else I was going to say, but I guess that's true, or something. Because you were talking about the competition between Fender and Gibson.
Yeah.
Something that I think is really funny, because I happen to be the proud owner of a 1966 Fender Coronado 2.
Ooh.
If you don't know what those are, they are Fender hollow body guitars, which is crazy, right? Because people never associate hollow body shapes with Fender.
Really, no.
Which was kind of why they failed in the 60s. And
hear that, Fender?
no, I'm not talking about the fact that they weren't good, but the society at the time was not ready.
Right.
So Fender wanted to start producing hollow body guitars, and people were like, no, we don't want to see that from you. And I think they're really great guitars.
Stay in your lane, Fender.
Yeah, stay in your lane, right? I mean, I love my Coronado. It's quite lovely. It's like red, it has a gold pick guard. It's really cool. And if you don't know what that guitar looks like, maybe check it out. It's cool.
They're pretty sweet.
I mean, Fender's also done the Starcaster, too. Which,
they also partnered with, is it Guild? They did a line of like hollow bodies, like
cool.
jazzy.
I don't know that.
Yeah, very brief.
Does it say Fender or Guild on the headstock?
It says Fender.
Ah,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah, very brief.
Oh!
Or is it Benedetto that they partnered with? There's
It might
something.
have been Benedetto, but I think I know exactly what you mean. Is it an archtop?
Yep.
I almost got one of those, but instead I opted for the Coronado.
Oh,
Yeah,
crazy.
cool. This is all coming back to me now. I forgot about that whole journey where I was searching for hollow body Fender. Anyways, let's start comparing these.
Yeah,
So,
less talk, more rock.
that's awesome, Kent. So how do we want to do this? Maybe I can pick up a semi-hollow, and you can keep your hollow body, and we'll just see if there are any immediate differences. Obviously, there are a lot of different variables that influence the tone of a guitar.
Yeah.
But hot take, maybe body type of the guitar, like whether it's hollow or semi-hollow or solid, is the biggest variable that influences tone.
Interesting.
Let's explore that.
We're going to find out.
Yeah. All right. So the semi-hollow I brought is this D'Angelico Deluxe DC. It's quite lovely in this cool pink color.
It's awesome.
Do you see the way I'm switching guitars? Not graceful, but as long as I don't drop anything, I consider it a good day, because I do drop guitars more than I care to admit.
But you drop beats more often.
Oh, thanks, Kent. That's the best compliment I've gotten all week.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Let me just quickly check the tuning.
Oh, that has locking tuners on it.
Yeah, it
That's
does.
cool. Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty gorgeously made guitar. And yeah, so wow, sounds really good. Is there-
Yeah, our volume's gone.
yeah. So semi-hollow guitars are actually all silent. That's not true, guys.
Major difference.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in general, it's a lot easier to hear the difference when you're in the room, because obviously this guitar has a lot more of an acoustic quality to it.
100%.
So we're not just hearing what's coming out of the speaker, we're hearing what's coming out of the F-holes of the guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a lot more resonant than this one for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We should do like a dueling banjos thing here, where like you play a lick, I play a lick.
Yeah, and I think it would also be interesting to hear what they sound like first with the volume rolled off, and see if the mic can pick up any.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
Yeah, so play something and then I'll play something. So long story short, that sounds a lot better.
It's got more
Yeah.
gusto to it, I
For
think.
sure, yeah. I mean, this doesn't sound quite as, dare I say, pathetic as when you play an electric guitar, like a solid body guitar with the volume rolled off, and it's like plinky. I don't know any other word to describe it.
It sounds
Yeah.
it still sounds really good. I think it's just the I mean, this is like 3 inches in depth compared to like an inch and a half or whatever.
Yeah, and basically that comes through in the tone. But I think let's hear what they sound like, you know, with the volume.
Sure.
And let's do the same thing, like going back and forth.
No. No. Bending on this is a pain in the butt.
Yeah, so there's another thing too. Obviously, you don't have to have really heavy strings on an archtop guitar.
You kind of do.
But you kind of do. I mean, it's a very stylistic thing. Obviously, those types of guitars are very commonly used in jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Very commonly, jazz guitar players like really heavy strings where you cannot bend anything at all.
No.
So they tend to go hand in hand,
Yeah.
which is what you have set up right now.
Yes. Yeah. It's,
And I should have known that from the mustache.
Right.
You would do that.
That
Predictable mustache
people with
behavior.
mustaches love heavy strings.
Yeah, I think I read that on the internet somewhere.
Yeah, it's on a Reddit thread
And
somewhere.
if
I'm
it's
sure.
on the internet, you know it's true.
Did Jeff Beck say it?
Okay, so when it comes to validity of sources, Jeff Beck,
Then
the
Reddit.
internet, and then Reddit specifically.
Yeah.
So the whole of the internet is better than just Reddit,
I see. Okay.
but that's better than my mom.
wow.
Like she's a good source, but she's under those ones, you know? I hope she sees this. Love you, mama.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. I'm on the internet. Yeah.
But the guitar riff is above all of those.
Yes, as a number one source.
Yeah, everything we say is true all the time.
Oh, I love the comment here. When does the video start? Ouch. Never. Just because you said that, we're not going to play at all. We're just going to sit here and talk about... Okay, let's just play. So, yeah, I think hearing these again, I mean, of course, the fact that this guitar is a good, 90 years older than this guitar
So it's yeah.
influences things, I'd say.
Yeah.
But,
It's a little older, a little wiser.
Yeah, I'd say so. And that being said, though, there's a certain kind of a thinness almost to that tone. Like I'm not saying thin as in it's not resonant and rich, but there's this bitey
On this
upper character.
On this guy?
Yeah.
Totally.
That guy.
Yeah, I think that's by design because this was meant to cut through.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Like a, I don't know, a thing that goes like that.
A big band.
Yeah. And yeah, totally. And it's meant to cut through, so it is kind of got that aggressive kind of, I don't know, I'm losing my words right now. There's a low end that's really nice and warming, but it does cut, especially on those high notes. And even when you play it, yeah, I don't know, it's different, right?
It's just a different tonal quality, and it's so subjective and situation dependent, which one you think sounds better, works better, whatever. Also, I think the sound of the guitars when run through pedals is pretty different too. I'm really curious to hear if we both put some overdrive on our guitars, just what that does.
Yeah. Oh, and Vincent in the members area asked, what shoes do you recommend to go with this guitar?
Oh, okay. Well, I guess what I'm wearing today, I got my Happy Pineapple Air Max 90s. Don't scream, I am a vegan, but I'm a vegan sneakerhead, so that means I have to look very hard for cool shoes that aren't absolutely ugly, but are vegan. And yeah, they did a collaboration with Happy Pineapple. See, there's a Happy Pineapple on the front of mine. And yeah, Air Max 90s, they also did Air Force Ones, Air Max 95s.
Wow.
Yeah, and all with this really cool pastel palette and vegan pineapple leather and crazy stuff like that. So yeah, basically that's a good shoe to go with the semi-hollow and hollow body. Probably these cool Chuck Taylor type shoes.
They are leather, so just
Yeah.
That's a meaty guitar, you need a meaty shoe.
You want a thin, pathetic, weak tone? Go with a vegan shoe. Cell phone.
Should we swap things up?
Yeah, sure. How do you want to swap things up?
Actually, I would love to know in the chat what guitar they preferred the sound of. I know we did a little acoustic. Maybe we should do it again. It's been a little bit. Let's do acoustically.
Yeah.
And then we'll thwack. I know you want to do some effects too. We'll thwack on the amps, and then we'll throw some effects on.
Thwack.
Thwack. That's my word of the day. So let's go acoustically.
Oh, also Yen said Kent is much bassier.
Much bassier. I agree.
Also, one last thing. Someone said, careful not to step on pizza because this is pineapple leather.
Oh,
that is so funny.
You win joke of the day.
Oh, for sure. That's an incredible, incredible one-liner. Thank you. And yeah, let's play it.
You know what? Let's do a couple chords, a couple single note lines, and then we'll be good. Okay.
We will be good.
Oh, you got that extra stuff in there. I'm gonna get tendinitis from all these bends.
I'm sorry to hear that, Kent. Now, should we turn...
Let's turn it up.
Thwack the amps on, as you said?
Thwacking. No bending. Ow, 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 ow.
Ow, ow, pain, ow.
We've hit the whole tone section of the jamming.
So we could stop. Okay, let's throw a bit of overdrive on and just compare. That's the last thing I want to say.
Okay.
Oh, Ken, why don't you play on the bridge pickup? Oh, you can't.
No, I cannot. It's all bridge.
It's all bridge.
It's all bridge
all the time.
This feels wrong.
It has a really interesting sound. It's like almost as wrong as playing an acoustic, like a full-on acoustic guitar through overdrive.
Yeah, 100%.
There's something about it that's just like, I mean, it has character for sure, but yeah, it obviously immediately hits your ears as not a typical guitar overdrive situation, whereas this one obviously does.
Yeah. And I think that's where this guitar is like shines, right? It can do everything, kind of, right? You want that kind of like, that more thwacky thing. I know it's not as much as this, but thwacky's my word of the day. I'm gonna describe everything with that. So if you want a thwackiness in your guitar, the semi-hollow is good because you get some of that. It's not the same by any means, but it's only by comparison. It's still good. And like, and then you can go into overdrive central and then it sound awesome.
Yeah, but someone in the YouTube chat said, the Ep.5 sounds more musical. Rip? That might just be because of the player.
No, that's not true at all. But yeah, it's interesting, all the different things. And I think I have a theory that somebody told me once a guitar takes 10 years to forget it's a tree. And
incredible.
It stuck with me all these years. So this guitar has had a chance to forget its tree roots.
Tree roots. Unlike this one. Dash Jeff Beck.
Yeah, Jeff Beck told me that. Just kidding, he did not.
Let's misquote him. That's awesome.
Yeah. I would die if I met Jeff Beck.
Oh, someone said, are you plugged into the same amp? Because hearing a lot more reverb from Ayla's guitar.
We are not, but it's similar. We both are using our helixes, or I'm at HX not, but the brains are the same.
Yeah, mine definitely has a little more reverb going on. It's a little soupier.
It's just Ayla. Everything, it's got a little more reverb.
You're right. Actually, I have no reverb on the Helix. I think that's all just coming from me.
It's wild.
You know what they say, reverb is in the fingers.
It's in the shoes, actually. If you want more reverb, wear vegan shoes.
Yeah, for sure. That makes so much sense. Anyways. Let's switch things up.
Yeah. What are we doing next?
Maybe you can grab your semi-hollow, because I'd love for you to show this beautiful guitar off. And then I'll grab my solid body.
Okay. Oh, costume change.
Costume change. I mean, guitars are just visual accessories anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, conclusion of this stream. Who cares how it sounds? You only care about how it looks.
You know what? There is something to be said with how it looks.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, people
This one?
hear with their eyes, as I say. Yeah.
Try not to knock your guitar over.
Also, we should get into the Q&A fairly soon.
Okay.
So for the members who are watching this, y'all get to ask us questions that we will answer. So try to get your questions in there ASAP, as they say. To be clear, that wasn't me trying to be Italian. Because I could do better than that. Sounds nice.
This guitar is also old enough to forget its tree roots.
Is it from the 60s?
No, I wish.
70s?
No, if
80s.
No, this is from, I bought this, I saved all my pennies for a few years, and I bought this in
Let me keep guessing. 90s.
No, it's not vintage at all.
2000s?
Yeah, it's from the 2000s. I think
Before 2010.
Before 2010.
First guess, guys. Got it.
Nailed it. Yeah, I saved all my pennies and bought this guitar. I would love to have, I passed up, I regret it every single day. I passed up on a 60s 335. I didn't have the money at the time. Should have just stopped eating. Or sold my car or something.
Yeah. Question, you paid with pennies?
Yeah.
You're the worst customer of all time.
Guitar shop was really mad when I came in
literally
with wheelbarrows of pennies.
Worst.
Yeah.
There's a special place for people like you, and you're not gonna like it. I don't know what that even means. I keep saying things that sound very loaded, but I really have no context in mind when I say them. They just sound crazy. I've been watching too much Tim Robinson, guys.
Okay. So we got the solid body. This is Stratocaster. Love
Classic.
that. And then semi-hollow. This is a 335. I saw some people asking in the chat. This is the good old ES 335.
Ye old.
The old. Ye old?
Ye old.
Okay.
Gibson. I mean, obviously, a Stratocaster in general has a very distinct sound that...
Very, mid-range scooped thing,
yeah,
right?
Even in comparison to other solid bodies, obviously a Strat is very unique, you know?
Very thwacky.
That's your favorite word. Let's go back.
You can hear the
again.
thwack though. I feel like
sure
this is the one time it actually worked. That's very thwack.
Yeah, it's so thwack. Stop trying to make a thwack happen, Gretchen. Was that some sort of Mean Girls quote? Anyways, let's go back and forth.
Okay. Whoops. It's too jazzy.
Yeah.
I can bend on this one.
Yeah, you almost forgot.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some. That's very I don't know. It's got a beautiful thing.
Black?
Thing to it. You hear it. I hear every time I hear stats like Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan. It's all that. That is immediate.
Yeah, for sure. Oops. It's really funny switching between guitars like this, especially when it has fresh strings, because my fingers need to adapt to it. So that's where you end up with things like
Right.
this weird. Actually, both of those sounded fine. It's what I mean to play properly that it doesn't work.
Yeah. Somebody said that Strat is fetch in the.
That Strat is so fetch.
Timmy said that in our chat, and then Mark, yours is more crisp. Mine is more warm.
Yeah, totally. I mean, these are some of the warmest guitars out there.
They are. They're hot.
Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, we're obviously talking about temperature and not tonal quality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hot to the touch. Ow! Oh no. Ouch.
Yeah, there's something, I don't know. There's like the single coil versus humbucker too. I'm sure that's part of it.
Yeah, that's a huge factor.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you know what we should do? You should play this.
Your Les Paul?
And then I'll play this.
Sure. Yeah, that's actually an interesting comparison.
So I have my Les Paul here. My signature model Les Paul.
Because every Les
Paul is a signature model.
Beautiful. Yeah. Oh man, you have that crazy
String Butler. I'm just gonna shout them out. If your Gibson has a fatal flaw in their design where your G string always goes out of tune.
True.
Yeah, it's just an inherent thing. Everybody who owns a Gibson knows your G is gone most of the time.
Also, String Butler?
String Butler is what it's called.
Gosh, I love that.
Yeah, the String Butler is super easy to install. I installed it myself and I break most things I try to do. So I didn't break it. So
and I mean, that says a lot.
It really does.
Yeah, let's get a playing.
Oh, I should take that off.
Loaded with effects. I'm just gonna like turn that soupy reverb down for a sec. You guys are probably like, thank you, finally.
Soupy. I'm a soup fan.
True. Heartbreaker solo?
It is the Heartbreaker solo. We went there. And the stream gets pulled for a licensing problem. Anyway.
Yeah. So interesting. Again, I feel like this one's still warmer. Even though Les Pauls are very warm guitars, especially on the neck pickup. I just rolled off the tone. It's obviously a lot warmer now.
Yeah, very warm.
But nothing compared to, you know, a 335, I think.
Totally. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, if I rolled a tone, I'm at 10, but if it's like, that's very like Pat Metheny.
Oh yeah, but you need some drive on there.
Yeah, what is my Pat Metheny like? He does that all the time. Yeah. Anyway.
That's cool. Okay, well, I think let's take a quick look at the questions we got.
Yeah, let's do it. Well, I'd love to know, did anybody have a preference between the three styles, like the hollow, semi-hollow, and the solid body? I think they all offer something unique, and because I encourage everybody to buy more gear, I think you should own all three. You're not, like, you should really just buy all three, because everybody should own every instrument, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, everyone should own every instrument. What an awesome takeaway from this.
The takeaway from today is buy more gear. It's Black Friday coming up.
Kent Shores just tanked the economy.
Yeah, single-handedly pinpointed to 2:45 p.m.
This is the catalyzing event.
Right. Gibson and Fender just have like enormous like profits for the remainder of the year. Everybody's buying every instrument they put out.
Very strong fourth quarter. That's a marketing term, right?
Totally, right?
Yeah? The marketer at the other side of the room gave me the thumbs up and nod and said, business, yeah.
You know, our marketer is the other one that doesn't lie. I'd put her up with Jeff Beck for sure.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get to the questions. Is there a body type that is more versatile than others?
That's why you have to buy every guitar.
Like, I mean, the semi-hollow is a very cool blend of the acoustic richness of a hollow body and the ability to have that biting and sometimes overdriven tone you can with a solid body, and just like a brighter tone as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a pretty good best of both worlds situation.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna buy like one instrument, I feel like a semi-hollow is a good way to go, whether it's a Gibson 335 or that D'Angelico, I forget the model on that.
Deluxe DC.
Deluxe DC. Or like Epiphone version of this, or any semi, I don't know, I think you're right, they kind of like can do everything.
Yeah, that being said, I feel like if someone only had one guitar, it's more common for someone to go with some sort of solid body.
It should be a Telecaster.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, Telecasters are super versatile.
100%.
I mean, yeah, I think there are certain solid bodies that can fill more, I don't know, just like sonic areas.
And they're all called Fender Telecasters.
So true, Kent. You're right. But yeah, I think I'd say hollow bodies, again, there's so many other variables that affect tone. Some hollow bodies could probably do a lot more than this one can, but this one is incredibly good at that sound. You know,
totally.
like classic archtop jazz.
Yeah, I think it depends what kind of music you like, right? If you're like, if you love Guns N' Roses, a big archtop guitar is probably not the instrument for you.
That would be a really interesting and insane purchase for a Guns N' Roses fan to make. Like if they're like, I only want to play Guns N' Roses, and they have like a 30s archtop. Can you imagine that?
Let's see what happens. Hang on.
Play Sweet Child of Mine for us.
Yeah, okay. I basically echo what Ayla says with everything else.
I'm not hearing the echo. Maybe turn it up.
Ayla.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool.
Sorry,
Good acoustics in here, guys.
There's too many buttons. My brain doesn't work. With more than 2 buttons, I run into problems generally.
Good quote to live by.
Yeah.
Well, while you're doing that, let's look at the next question, which is, I'm finally getting my first proper acoustic guitar this Christmas. A nice Alvarez Artist Series Folk Cutaway.
Nice.
Is there anything I should know about acoustics that may differ to electrics, such as maintenance or playing tips?
I think with acoustic guitars, you have a lot more concerns about humidity. It affects all guitars, but I think you have to be extra conscious with acoustic guitars. So like, you should 100% buy a guitar humidifier. I don't care if you live in the ocean, you should have a guitar humidifier. So like, it's just an important part. You'll pay for it later if you don't, I think.
So either pay for the humidifier now or pay with your guitar's life later.
You either pay for the humidifier now or pay for the humidifier later. So may as well pay for it now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But there's many humidification options. That would be the one thing I think is like a main, not that you shouldn't worry about humidity with solid body guitars. It's just much more apparent with fully hollow acoustics. Because come spring, you'll be like, why is my guitar so hard to play? And you're like, oh yeah, because I left it out all winter, you know?
Oh yeah.
So
cool. Yeah, that's a good tip. Let's see. Richard Bailey, will you consider doing a similar live for acoustic guitar bodies in the future, explaining the different sounds and tones? I'm sure we will.
We should. It's we don't have immediate access to all the different styles like we do, because Ayla and I are both electric guitar nuts, so this was like, there were 0 rentals here today. These are
this
all
was
everything
very
we own.
easy for us to put together.
Whereas like, I only own one acoustic guitar.
I've yet to own one that like, never mind. Anyways, we will do that at some point.
I think it'd be great to do though.
Yeah,
really
we'll just have to prepare a little more for it, but it's on the list for sure. Yeah. And another question, do effect pedals work with acoustics with pickups? Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I suppose so. It depends on the type of effect. I mean, like reverb, for example, I'm sure that's no problem. That would sound great. Now there are more and more interesting and oftentimes carbon fiber acoustic guitars being made with effects built in, like chorus and delay are popular ones. I've yet to find an overdrive that works. It doesn't sound ridiculous.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of a weird thing on the acoustic, the overdriven acoustic. It can be a cool if you figure out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we should do that one day as a challenge. Make an acoustic guitar.
See if we can make it sound good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I totally tripping, or does Frank Black from Pixies at some point play an acoustic guitar through.
Sounds like something.
It sounds like something you would do. I don't know if it's just because he actually did it.
I don't know.
If
Did
I'm
Jeff
just like,
Beck say it?
It seems like something that Jeff Beck said he did. Anyways, if anyone's just tuning into the stream, that would literally be a nonsensical sentence. Anyways, last question. Could you quickly explain? There's nothing wrong with typos, just that I know that Jens has a good sense of humor. So I love that. Could you quickly explain difference between single coils and humbuckers? Yeah, so it's basically, I mean, pickups, what they are magnets that pick up the vibrations from the strings and then transmit it through the guitar into the cable.
Magic.
With magic, the power of Peter Pan magic. But yeah, they typically have very different tones to them.
This one has you can split if you pull that thing up, yeah, you can split the coils. It's not quite single coil, but it's like...
It's like closer. And then if I put that back in. Usually humbuckers are, they have a rounder sound to them, I'd say.
More output.
More output, yeah. And they also do not buzz as loudly. Humbucker, bucking the hum, basically, because, you know, single coil pickups are notoriously noisy in many cases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very noisy. Yeah, noise central. A few other questions. Andrew, does Epiphone have the G string problem considering it's the cheaper brand of the Gibson family? I am led to believe. Yeah, I think it's just like a thing that's Gibson has this issue. I know there's like ways to solve it, and it's not, say it's like a big issue. It's an easy, like you just tune the string.
I mean, you just remove the G string.
Right, just play without the G, it's fine. But yeah, I think Epiphones sometimes have that problem. Sometimes it's guitar dependent too. Some guitar, I've had like, I don't have a string butler on my 335, but I don't have problems with it going out of tune, nor do I have problems with this instrument going out of tune.
Yeah, I feel like I've only encountered that problem predominantly with like the Les Pauls and SGs I've played.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've played enough Epiphone Les Pauls and SGs to comment on that.
Yeah, I would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. If you are having that issue with the guitar, something like a string butler can fix that issue, or going to a good tech and getting a new nut put in that's cut well sometimes can really help with that too.
And if you ask politely enough, Kent might be your string butler.
Next year, Black Friday, selling Kent's as a string butler.
Oh man, I'm in. All right, let's see. Any other questions before we get to the giveaways?
Yep. We answered that one. Oh, Justin wrote, been playing guitar for a year, but I want to take it to the next level. Where would be a good place to start on this course?
Guitareo.com.
He's on Guitareo.com.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Method for sure.
Yes.
We have the Guitareo method. It's fantastic if you haven't checked it out. Those on YouTube who don't know what I'm talking about, in Guitareo, our main curriculum is the Guitareo method. Features Ayla and myself teaching everything you need to know to get you playing the guitar. So definitely go through that. There may be some holes or little gaps in your playing that will fill those in for sure. And then you can fill it in with some of our coach features too. If there's like something specific you want to work on your rhythm and groove, you can check out Sammy Gowie's coach feature. If you want to check out some shredding, Dean Lamb's coach feature is great. We'll have some more coming out soon-ish.
Yeah, I feel like going through the method takes you from being someone who's never picked up a guitar before to being a pretty strong intermediate guitarist. And if you fall anywhere between those two descriptions, I feel like you could pick up from wherever.
I think at any level, like, I mean, it's never a bad idea to go back to the basics.
And also, I mean, to make sure, like, you might be overall like an intermediate player, but maybe there are certain foundational things you just don't know.
Yeah.
I know that was the case for me, and that's very common for people who start with teaching themselves, because you are you are profound.
Yeah, so
what I was trying to say is, because there's so much information out there, and especially when you're self-taught, you guide what you want to learn, and it's very common to let's just move on. This is getting worse and worse.
One more time. Third time's a try. Or third time's a charm.
Because What was the question to begin with?
The method. Why should someone do it?
Because when you're self-taught, you are gonna focus on the things you are passionate about. But we're gonna take all the expertise we have between us, and I also came up with the curriculum with the amazing Sammy Gowie, my own teacher, and Miles Philpott, who's a great collaborator and friend of mine. And yeah, we tried to think about what are all the foundational things a guitar player should know? What are things that people commonly miss just because it's hard to know everything until you already know more stuff? Quote me on that. Don't quote me on that.
It's on camera. We quoted you.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, I hope that answered.
There you go.
Question.
Guitar method. Check out some of the coach features. You'll be rocking and rolling in no time. David wrote, our sound guy hanging in the back wrote, does the Kent Butler Black Friday deal include mustache? Obviously.
Include mustache.
We actually pluck a single hair to include with the
just one hair?
Single hair.
Oh, that's beautiful. So you get a little piece of Kent that you can take with you wherever you go. Lab-grown mustache. We just need one hair. That's all we need. Stem cell? Are you crying? You look like you're crying funny. From over here.
It's too much.
This is really emotional.
That's too much.
This is a highly emotional stream. On that note, let's do the giveaways. So for the YouTube audience, you are eligible to win a membership to guitareo.com, where you'll see Kent crying so much, and you'll learn a lot. And yeah, we need to think of a question to pose to the people who want to be members in the YouTube chat. That was a really unnecessarily convoluted sentence. Anyways, what should the question be for them? Oh, this is a hard one, but you rolled the tone all the way down on that guitar, and you're like, ooh, this is a very blank guitar player type of tone.
Ooh, this is
who's the guitar player he mentioned?
Let's see how this does.
Yeah.
That'll be in the YouTube chat.
It's a hard one.
That's a tough one.
We need to think of a backup question just in case.
100%
Because no one got the Herbie Hancock one last time.
No.
Oh, good guesses. Keep going, guys.
George
You're
Benson's
getting
not far
there.
off.
Yeah, George
Right
Benson's
era.
not far off.
Beck.
It's not Beck. We did mention him a lot.
We talked
though.
about Jeff Beck a lot today, which is great.
Honestly, that probably should have been the question I asked.
It's fine.
Too late.
Django.
Okay, Django's another person we brought up, but there's one on there. And his name rhymes with Matt.
It's too, I think it's too obscure.
Matt Bethany?
Matt Bethany.
Rhymes with that.
Oh
Anyone
God.
know?
Let's pick a backup question. I think we're
I'm sorry,
it's too
guys.
obscure. It was in passing really quick.
Yeah. It was Pat Metheny, guys.
It was Pat Metheny, yeah. Okay, somebody did put it in the chat, like right as we said it.
Slash.
Slash.
Woo! We did mention Slash at one point, or Guns N' Roses.
We did, yeah.
Okay, let's see. We mentioned that guitar was from a certain...
The specific year would be really tough.
I need to stop. You come up with the question, man. I don't know.
Let's do this. I said one of these three styles of guitars were the first one around, right? One of the three.
Was it semi-hollow, hollow, or solid body?
What was the first one?
What was the OG?
Anybody?
Hollow body. All right, we got a winner.
I'm going to totally butcher that name.
Peixoto.
There you go. You just won 1 year membership to Guitareo. That's so exciting. Congratulations. Shoot us an email at team@guitareo.com, and we'll get you set up with that annual membership. Very exciting. Those of you who wanted to win and maybe hang out on the site, tomorrow, this Guitarist Survival Kit is going to go on sale as part of our Black Friday deal. You will get all this lovely stuff in here. Lovely stuff in here, alongside with your membership. It is going to be the greatest deal of the year. You don't want to miss out. Starting tomorrow, check guitareo.com. You can get this alongside all the lessons you'll need to become the best guitar player you can be, all for Black Friday.
Beautiful.
It's gonna be amazing. And it's running all weekend, so if you're busy at work tomorrow and can't get to the computer, go on Friday. There is limited supply of this. So if you are wanting the survival kit, early's better. Early's better.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, for the members, one of you is going to win that survival kit.
Yes, we're giving away this survival kit to one of our awesome members.
question.
Yes, we need another question. Yeah. Now I can think of just obscure questions that nobody will get. What year did Pat Metheny's first record come out?
Terrible question.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, this is a tough one.
Ayla has some sort of fruit on her shoe.
Oh, true.
What fruit is on the shoe?
Yeah. It's also, oh, yeah, we got it. Jens got it.
Jens.
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
You're right. There's a pineapple. There's a happy pineapple on here, to be exact. Beautiful. Congratulations. You can email me, Ayla@guitareo.com, and we are going to send you that.
This exact thing.
You're
literally getting that.
Yeah, let us know if you want any mustache hairs in there. Sorry, that's not true. We're not going to do that. Or are we? Anyways, yeah, we will coordinate that.
I'm all dialed in for...
Oh, should he send me his shipping info?
Yeah, that would be good. So
Send
we
me
can
your
send it to
shipping
you.
info, and we will send it. Oh, Jens wants the mustache hair.
Okay, wait.
Is there time for us?
That's about all I can play. It's under 8 seconds, right? It's totally fine. Nobody
Yeah,
knows.
copyright.
Nobody knows what song that was.
Yeah, I think that was Beat Biled of Bine.
The lesser known
known.
by Pistols and Daisies.
Is there time for us to jam?
Let's do it. We can do a quick jam.
All right. I'm using your guitar, sorry, I didn't even
Do it.
ask.
Yeah, go for it. What's
it.
mine is yours.
Don't say that. I will take advantage. Why am I playing a rock jam
Do
and
it.
you
Do it.
can't?
Let's do it.